You're always at a deficit as a self-defender because the bad guy gets to set the time and the circumstance of the attack. Hi everyone, this is John with today's active self-protection lesson from the New Orleans, Louisiana airport. This one is a random man who had significant mental illness who's going to attack people in line waiting to go through TSA security with a machete and wasp spray. It's going to teach us some important lessons here about awareness, even in weird places like the TSA screening line, about fighting through chemical irritants, and about getting out of the danger zone as fast as you can. This elderly gentleman has a history of mental illness. If you go to our website, read the news story linked in there in the description there, and is recently off his medications. And this is just another day at a TSA checkpoint here. You know, we've all been through this if ever you have flown on an airplane and everything's normal. You know, you're taking off your shoes and putting everything on the counter and not expecting bad things to happen. And now we're going to see here, as this elderly gentleman walks up, out of his bag, he's going to pull a wasp spray and start spraying people down. And now he's going to pull a huge machete out from his waistband, spray this guard down, and now the attacks are on. And everybody scatters, thankfully, and he's going to run around. And we have a still picture here of the lieutenant who actually shot this man. Now let's think about some lessons here. There are actually 8 lessons on our website, and the link to that is in the description. But let's talk about a couple here as well. So first of all, everything starts in a normal day here. You know, the attacks are always going to come out of ambush. That's the way attackers go. But do you see here that he's got his hand in the bag? You see somebody kind of walking around with a bag. They got their hand stuck down in the bag. That might be a pre-attack indicator. That might be a reason to at least pay attention to them to see what's going on around you. Secondly is awareness even in routine places. You know, people are really thinking about getting through here, getting through to their plane, but just seeing what's going on around you, being curious of your world could give you the ability here not to be the first victim, because when that ambush launches, you really want that. Do you notice here that when he starts to spray the wasp spray, it's actually spraying in the wrong direction? He's not paying attention. But if you were paying attention, you might be able to get your hands up, get your arm above you so that you don't take that wasp spray right in the face. Now, once that starts though, you got to have some training. And I tell people all the time, taking a less lethal class, taking an OC spray course, getting sprayed with it is something that I recommend so that you know what it's going to do to you and how you can protect yourself. Now you see him there, he pulls that machete, obviously had that stuff down his pants, but now this escalated from a chemical attack to a deadly force encounter just that quickly. And certainly here, nobody in here is going to have a gun on him who's not TSA, but this guard here has got to pay attention. And one of the things that I love that he does, he sees it coming, gets his hand up so he doesn't get a big spray. And what we're going to see here is he takes whatever is on the belt and throws it at the guy. He used that environmental weapon very, very well and then got himself out of the danger zone. You can see him there diving through the metal detector because things are going to go wrong. But that's not going to stop this guy. He's going to run around through the secure area until this lady, this lieutenant with a firearm, puts a couple of shots in this guy and knocks him down. So having somebody with a gun on them nearby is the best solution here. Of course, we can't do that in secure areas of airports in America, which we may or may not agree with. At the end of the day, awareness is going to be very important, and you got to make sure that you have the training to deal with this kind of threat to cover your asp.